Yeah, I came here about 7 months ago for a multi-unit hair grafting procedure, and I'm tickled to death with the results now, and I certainly understand that there's more to come. I was a victim of an accident when I was 9 months old. I pulled a hot pan of grease on top of myself, and about 65% of my body was second and third degree burns, and I lost this left side of my head. That was in 1971. 1978, I was the youngest recipient at University of Iowa Hospitals of a scalp rotation and a hair transplant, and I believe I was about 8 years old when that took place, and they did the old plug system and put plugs in over here. And I can remember being in the third grade and the transition between third and fourth grade and going in and being bald from here over. And then the next summer going in and having hair starting to grow out on that side. Several years ago, I came in and visited PAI and was looking for alternative because even back then it was starting to thin. And of course, I got the blessing of the male pattern baldness on top of it. And I just really reached a point in my professional career, probably in the last 2 to 3 years, where I was looking at all sorts of options. I came back to you guys, and I have no regrets. With the recovery process it was a lot of fun, actually, because it was one of those situations where you couldn't wait to get up and see the process and what was taking place. Initially, it still took a lot of work to cover the area that had been burned and was kind of business as usual, but within just a few weeks I was already starting to notice that changes were taking place. After the healing took place, my hair looked like it had before. I mean, it was drastically thin. Nobody made any comments or said anything about what had taken place. And what was funny is, as time has gone on, is them coming in and looking. And I could catch them looking, they're like, man, this is amazing. This really looks good. You know, she really believes, like I do, that this has really been a part of a long, I'm just going to say, spiritual process for us, because as a child I prayed that my scars would be healed. And I think for us the realization took place just a few weeks ago. We've been married now for 25 years. We just celebrated at the end of May our 25th wedding anniversary. And she has always wanted just to run her fingers through my hair. And I'm fine with everything but this one side, and she reached up and instinctively I started to reach to stop her, and I just let it go. And she can't mess my hair up. The results have been amazing. When I came into PAI, one of the things that we talked about was the fact that one of my outcomes was to be able to walk outside on a windy day and not have to turn my head, walk sideways, turn away from people. The other thing that was something that I was really excited about was to be able to have a conversation with somebody without them looking at the side of my head and trying to figure out what was going on, because it was so thin and the old plugs looked like doll hair, and you know, I just wanted to look at people and just say, listen, my eyes are here, stop trying to figure things out. And now I can have those conversations. Now I'm talking to people that I can walk in the wind, and the other day we were outside and working, and my hat blew off, and it wasn't, oh, run and get my hat because I'm afraid of what people are going to say. No, I didn't even bother with it. It's just, I have my life back after 37 and a half years of waiting for this procedure. I have it back. The whole procedure itself, every phone call, everybody that I've dealt with has just had my best interest in mind, and I can't say enough about the work that was done, and the outcomes speak for themselves.